Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading for April, or whenever you happen to come across it. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node, Mercury, Mars, Vertex, part of Fortune, Pluto, and anywhere in between and beyond. So, welcome. I did pull a few cards in your pre-shuffle, and it's the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Wands, and Temperance. And I got this feeling, like as I even just started shuffling the cards, that there's like this magnetic pull, and then the Four of Pentacles came out. So there's something about you and yourself. You are magnetizing to yourself. So you are magnetizing to yourself. And there is a way for you to, I feel like some of you are already doing this. It's like you're turning it so that it's outward facing. I'm seeing like a fresco on a wall, a mural. Interesting. So it's almost like something is decreasing in one part of your life, or in like one way your energy's going. And then I'll tell you how I'm seeing it. And then it's like moving over into something else. It's kind of like a little bit sneaky. You're like, well, I think I'm going to go over here now. So if you had been investing in something, there's a sense of you, it's like you're not leaving it behind. What I'm seeing is like a, you know, like the level, there's the little bubble in it, or like a lava lamp on its side, how the bubbles can kind of like separate or like pull apart. Also the way eggs, eggs. Also the way a fertilized egg reproduces, okay? So it's kind of like this, like, what is that called? Mitosis? So something is, it's like it's related, but it's not exactly the same thing as you've been doing, if that makes sense. So if you were studying something, then maybe you're going to start studying something else. If you were working in one industry, maybe you're going to start pulling back your hours and go work in another industry. If you maybe have Aries as your MC, or you have that in your sixth house, or even your first house, like an Aries rising. So, okay, I was going to look up mitosis. Okay, yeah. So there's something here that is fertilized, like an idea that you have, something that you want to do. And cells are quite small, to my understanding. So you're not seeing everything that is growing at this juncture. But you will see the evidence, I'd say within a 9-month period, okay, on whatever that is. All right. So Aries, we do have a spread for you. And we're just going to look at what is happening and what it's trying to teach you. Two of Wands. You're at a crossroads. There's decisions to be made here. Okay? What it's trying to teach you. The Nine of Cups. Where your energy, where and how your energy is mirroring out into the collective right now. So what are you putting out there as a whole ass vibe? Okay. Yep. Four of Cups. And I have the Five of Cups peeking at me, as well as the Six of Cups on the back of the deck. Okay, so... So what I'm seeing is like, you're not exactly where you want to be. Yeah. And you see a way forward. So there could be a lot of planning that you're doing. Let me pull the rest of the cards before we really get into it, okay? What cycle is on repeat to show you how far you've come? You have the Three of Pentacles. And where you might want to tweak things a little bit in your world or with yourself. Okay, we have a few cards. I feel like Spirit's like, here's some homework for you. Aries got it. All right. Strength, Seven of Wands, Eight of Swords, and the Hermit. For where you might want to tweak things a bit. We have Leo energy coming through here strongly. Gemini as well as Virgo. So there's something about Mercury. Maybe Mercury in Leo. All right, so I feel like what you're doing here is changing how you're coming across in some area of your life, or maybe in general. Maybe you're like, I kind of want to refine my thought processes. Did I processes? Okay, relax. I'm talking to myself. Relax. So you have a choice to make here. What is this Two of Wands situation about for Aries? The Fool. Are you going to take a leap of faith or are you not? This would be a new direction for you, whatever this is. I mean, this could be literally anything. You're at a crossroads where you can try something totally new. And yes, I was seeing that it was related to something else that you had been doing, but it's also like, it feels like a more intense and intentional choice here. So it feels like you're closer to making a really strong choice about something, and this could have to do with your work. I apologize if I'm referencing my paper a lot. This is my first time doing the reading for one of the signs, or this spread rather. And what is this trying to teach you with the Nine of Cups? The Ace of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups. Right. This is about truly taking your success and your future by the horns. Okay, like taking your life by the horns. You have all of these options, and only you, Aries, only you get to tell yourself how you want to feel in your life. No matter what anyone is telling you as a way of living that is supposedly superior or more right, ultimately you are the one who is going to have to live with it, whatever choice you make. And so when you plant your seed, when you fertilize the egg, right? When you fertilize the egg, you want it to be the right one. And this can be in so many ways. But alas, the energy that you are projecting seems to be Four of Cups. So it's kind of like, I'm not really interested in that. Maybe you have dissociated from something. So there could be something that you are dissociating from here. Or something that has your emotional energy sort of stagnating. Or just feeling like I'm not ready to move from this. I haven't processed this. So how others might be receiving you is that they could feel like you don't really want to have much to do with them. that you're not really like looking for opportunities of anything to do with them. Okay. And I'm not saying that this is your problem. I'm just saying that this is the energy that is going out. So if you're wondering how people are picking up on you, then this is sort of what it is. It's like, I'm just not interested in that. I don't really want to participate. Okay. You know, and then we saw the Five of Cups. So there's this energy of like, perhaps somebody has persuaded you to get involved with something. It's like, say you finally look up and you take that fourth cup. And then we have the Five of Cups after that, because it's like these three cups spill because you knew that you were not energetically aligned to go into that situation anyway. So if you're feeling, what Spirit's wanting to say is like, if you're feeling like you truly just don't want to be involved with such and such thing, then say no. Say no, there's something else that you're actually being called to do here. Say no. What is this Four of Cups, please? The Two of Pentacles. This is about your priorities, Aries. Are you prioritizing yourself? I feel like both of these pentacles are representing things in your own life. Never mind whatever maybe somebody else wants to add on top of that. It's like, just because I'm sitting against this tree, it doesn't mean I'm doing nothing. Like, there's something here that I feel like you're processing, you're weighing it within yourself, and it's like, I'm not ready to go forward until I've done this. What are you sitting with here? Whoa, the Five of Pentacles. There could be sort of a like a root chakra thing going on here. I'm getting for some of you that there's a bit of, you know, maybe a freeze response happening. If you are in fear over your material world or something like that. Something about your health you're concerned about. Okay. It's like Two of Pentacles. I already have a lot going on. And so to ask me to do this other thing, it's almost like that would make me sick because I'm overexerting myself. So somebody is like, it almost feels like somebody else, I don't know who this is, but somebody else sort of wants to take your energy and tell you what is a more proper use of it. Okay, so I did say that Spirit was telling me, it's like, if you need to sit there and process something, then yeah. But then I'm also saying, if some of you are in a freeze response where you're just like, you know, like, I just don't know. I just, you know, like when you get so amped up that you're just like, ah. Okay, we're going to move on to the other cards, and then maybe we'll come back around to that. What cycle is repeating to show you how far you've come? So you're dealing with some sort of iteration here, reiteration of a work situation, or like working with others. And maybe that's part of what is bothering you here with the Four of Cups. You're like, I don't really want to go do that because I don't really want to spend money because I'm, you know, like I have all this stuff going on and I can't afford to get sick. I can't afford to be spending more money. Like I have to manage my resources. It feels like a little bit feeling like you're on edge and trying to just like manage so many things. Does anybody have a problem with Aries doing this? All right, let's see. Does anybody have a problem with, and if so, who is it? So does anyone have an issue with this? Is anyone taking issue that we need to know about? It could just be yourself, you know, like self-criticism about what you feel like you should be able to do in a day, and like how you feel like you need to protect your turf, and like, because I'm getting with this, where you can tweak a little bit. Right, this is kind of the advice. Who'd have thought? I told you, first time, Aries. First time with the first sign. Okay. Strength, 7 of Wands, 8 of Swords, the Hermit. This is exhausting. This is exhausting. It feels like you feel as though you have to stay ahead of some game. Okay? Yes, definitely, you know, if somebody is prying into your business and, you know, there's a sense of prying eyes upon you, then obviously, like, cleanse your energy of that. But this is like hypervigilance. No one better take my spot. I'm planted here. I'm planted. But like, Aries, you don't even want to be planted there. It's like you want to do something else. And so you're like, I'm not saying that this doesn't matter to you, whatever this is you're defending. What I'm saying is that you're also like looking at something else. And all of this, it just feels like unnecessary. I don't want to make whatever you're going through trivial. It feels like some of this perhaps could be unnecessary, like posturing. Can we say that? At the expense of another direction that you're being pulled toward. Okay, so I don't know if you're like sticking something out maybe longer than you feel like you need to, when there is actually some other sort of alternative. Like, okay, what is... Let's clarify the 3 of Pentacles here for the cycle that's on repeat. The Star, the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the Lovers, and the Empress. Oh, okay. Wheel of Fortune. The Star, the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the Lovers, and the Empress. It feels as though it could have felt like you've had many different dreams in your life as far as the direction that you wanted to take things. And I just get this sense of, in many of these things you've pursued, be it like fields of study or like career paths or relationships, you've had many different kinds of experiences here, I feel. And there is a sense of, I don't know, either sabotaging a work environment or having something sabotaged, where maybe it even feels like it's out of your control, right? Like by somebody else. It's like somebody else sabotaged my dreams. I feel like I just don't know where to go in this. I feel like I've reached like a dead end. How do I get this to grow past this, right? Lovers with the Empress. How do I get this to grow? When it just feels like something in these environments, it gets sabotaged, it gets ruined, it becomes like, I don't know, obsolete or irrelevant. You know, like if you worked in technology and you don't know if this thing that you're working on is maybe necessarily going to be the next big thing, or how fast something that you're creating is going to be replaced. It's almost a sense of something reaching like a point where you're like, well, what do I do with this now? Like there's nowhere else to go, basically. So if that's not it, it's kind of like, well, what is? And what do you want to say about that, Spirit Guides? Embrace uncertainty. So, Spirit is wanting to remind you here, Aries, that the process and being on the path is the important part. The important part is not the destination. We have goals, but we also work within the duality of recognizing that things can change drastically sometimes. For some of us, that's, like part of our life's karma is having to be adaptable because plans change, things change. All of the skills that you are learning in whatever field, you're being guided there for a reason. Okay, you're the one, right? Nine of Cups, you are the one who has to live with your choices. So, there is something here about softening into this energy, Aries. Softening into this energy, okay? You've got to, right, there's something here about really needing to just kind of like not make things so hard on yourself. Do I pursue this dream or do I pursue, I'm even getting for some of you, if you're a masculine Aries, it's like, do I pursue this dream or do I pursue this like love relationship, some kind of empress, right? It's like, does one take away from the other? Am I missing out on my opportunities? The answer to that is faith. I'm seeing the High Priestess, but we have embrace uncertainty. I just really feel like so much of this for you, Aries, is like being truly sovereign in your life and in your choices. And knowing that you are safe within those choices. Maybe you didn't always feel safe before. Maybe you always had people hanging over your head and like barking at you and asking you what you're going to do with your life and, like how you're going to take care of this or that. It feels like you've had to really stand up to a lot. But like, what's it all for if you're miserable on the way there? Because who I'm talking to, Aries, it's like an Aries who's stretched very thin, like pieces of you over here in the thingy. I don't really like those lamps, so lava lamp. You're being pulled in a direction. The Fool. It's about you. Nobody else right now. And when it's about somebody else, then you can take that into account. But you've got to flow there, not force your way there. Let's pull a animal, spirit animal for you, and then we're going to close this off, okay? The snake. The black egg. I love this. Aries, you have so much potential. The truth that you have to speak on all that you witness. That's the Aries that I'm talking to. Unawakened and limitless potential. Black egg. Aries, what this is talking about is there's something going on here when it comes to, well, this is just chock full of rebirth energy, right? There's something here about the way you speak. It's like a very Plutonian energy with the black egg. And I feel as though for many of you, the way that you are communicating is changing. And I'm just noticing here that there's like no cards of communication. We have the 7 and the 8 of Swords and the Hermit. So it's like you're not telling anybody about kind of what you're experiencing here. But it's like it feels like something is changing in the architecture of how you communicate. A more refined and a more distilled truth is ready to come through you, Aries. And that's where this new direction is taking you. You can change this thing about you. You can improve it. Embrace uncertainty. It's the path, right? We have to enjoy the path because that's what there is. The destination, you know the goalpost always moves. So, to learn to enjoy the path.